Money after 50 doesn't have to be a struggle. In fact, this could be the smartest decade to finally take control. Starting late? Good. That means you're wiser now, and that wisdom is your greatest asset. What if your retirement plan after 50 wasn't about cutting back, but building new income that never stops? Let me tell you something honest and powerful. You are not too late. You are not behind. And you certainly haven't missed the boat. In fact, many of the world's most successful people didn't start building wealth until after 50. The kids are grown. The pressure has shifted. And now, it's your time. This video is for you, the late starters, the quiet fighters, the dreamers who've always put others first. Today, we start building real, lasting, passive income on your terms. Let's talk strategy, let's talk results, and let's make this next chapter your most profitable one. Why passive income matters more after 50. In plain words, if you're over 50 and starting to think about retirement, you've probably had this thought: I wish I had saved more. Or maybe, is it too late to build something now? Here's the truth. It's not too late, not even close. But what you need now isn't just more hard work, it's smarter income. Income that doesn't depend on you working more hours or picking up extra shifts. That's what passive income means. Money that keeps coming in, even when you're not working. And after 50, that kind of income is more important than ever. 1. You're tired, and you've earned the right to be. You've put in the work. For decades you showed up. For your family, your job, your community. You sacrificed time, energy, and sleep to take care of others. And now, you're tired. And truthfully, you have every right to be. After all these years, this stage of life should feel easier, calmer, lighter, not filled with new stress about bills, debt, or whether you'll have enough to retire. But here's the hard part. If your income still depends on showing up to work day after day, that peaceful retirement you've dreamed about might keep slipping away. This is where passive income becomes more than a financial tool. It becomes a lifeline. Because what most people over 50 truly want isn't just more money, it's more freedom. Freedom to rest without guilt. Freedom to say no to things that no longer serve you. Freedom to spend your mornings tending the garden, walking the dog, playing with your grandkids, or simply sipping coffee in peace, without the weight of financial worry pressing on your chest. This kind of freedom isn't a fantasy, it's possible. And passive income is how you begin to buy it, one step at a time. 2. Costs are going up, especially healthcare. Let's be honest, prices aren't what they used to be. You feel it every time you walk into the grocery store. A carton of eggs, higher. A simple prescription refill, somehow double what it was last year. Heating your home in the winter or cooling it in the summer. You start thinking twice. And then there's healthcare, the big one. Even if you have Medicare, there are still co-pays, deductibles, uncovered services, and those surprise bills that make your heart skip a beat. As we age, our health becomes more fragile, and the cost of staying well becomes heavier, financially and emotionally. That's why having a second stream of steady income, even a modest one, can make a huge difference. You don't need thousands rolling in every month. Sometimes just an extra £300, $500, or $700 can be the difference between stress and stability. It can mean filling your prescriptions on time, getting your teeth checked without skipping, booking a checkup before things turn serious. It can also mean buying better food, moving more, and sleeping easier, because your mind isn't racing about the next bill. Passive income isn't about getting rich. It's about staying prepared in a world that keeps getting more expensive.
3. Social security isn't enough for most people. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, social security. Yes, it helps. And yes, you've earned every penny of it. But for most people, it's just enough to scrape by, to cover the basics, rent or mortgage, maybe utilities, and a little food on the table. But what about the what-ifs? What about the extras? Birthdays, emergencies, dental work, a visit to see your grandkids. If your social security check doesn't stretch that far, you're not alone. And if your 401k or retirement savings isn't where you hoped it would be, you're in good company. The truth is, many Americans over 50 are asking the same question. Is it too late for me to build something that works? Here's the honest answer. No, it's not too late. In fact, it may be the perfect time to start. Because now you're older and wiser. You've made mistakes and learned from them. You've seen what matters and what doesn't. You don't want get rich quick. You want get stable slow. That's where passive income becomes your second shot, your way of rewriting the story. You don't need to be wealthy to start. You don't need to know everything. You don't even need to be good with computers. What you need is one small step in the right direction and the belief that your future is still worth building, because it is, and so are you.
3. Simple passive income ideas for people over 50. Let's walk through a few simple, low-risk ways you can build income, even if you feel like you're starting late. None of these require a big investment, and you don't need to be an expert. You just need to be consistent. 1. Share what you know and get paid for what life has already taught you. By the time you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, you've lived through more than you probably give yourself credit for. You've solved problems that once felt impossible. You've helped others when no one else knew what to do. And you've learned lessons, not from textbooks, but from real life. Maybe you worked construction, ran a shop, raised children, or cared for aging parents. Maybe you've navigated divorce, debt, illness, or simply the daily grind of keeping a household running for 30+ years. That knowledge has value, real value. And here's something most people don't realize.
Right now, someone younger is sitting at home, Googling questions you already know how to answer. They're on YouTube searching for how to take care of a parent with Alzheimer's. They're on Facebook asking, how do I stretch my paycheck? They're lost, confused, overwhelmed, and you could be the voice that helps them while earning extra income for yourself. This isn't a fantasy. It's happening every day. Real life example. Linda, 63. From caregiver to online creator. Linda, now 63, spent 5 years caring for her aging mother who had dementia. She learned everything through experience, how to organize meds, how to talk calmly during a meltdown, how to set up the home safely. One day, her niece suggested she write it down. So Linda opened Canva.com, used a free template, and created a simple caregiver's daily checklist, a 3-page PDF. She uploaded it to Gumroad, set the price at $10, and shared it in a Facebook group for new caregivers. Fast forward 9 months. Linda now earns about $300 per month, passively. She doesn't promote it. She doesn't market anything. The checklist is out there. It helps people, and it pays her back for the wisdom she once gave for free. You can do this too. And you don't have to be a writer, designer, or tech person to get started. There are free tools that walk you through every step. Teachable. Create a simple course using just your phone or laptop. Udemy. Upload video lessons based on your work or life experience. Gumroad. Sell a guide, checklist, template, or printable YouTube or Medium.com. Share stories, tips, and lessons that others are desperate to learn. Here are just a few ideas you might not realize people will pay for. A guide for first-time grandparents. A budget plan for families living paycheck to paycheck. How to manage life after divorce. Tips for adult children. Caring for aging parents. A list of tools. Every home repair. DIYer should own. Your favorite recipes with a personal story attached. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be honest, helpful, and human. Why this works so well for people over 50. You've already done the hardest part. You lived it. You're not guessing. You're not repeating something you read. You're sharing from real life. And that kind of truth speaks louder than any expert on the internet. And here's the beauty. Once you create something once, it can keep helping others and keep earning for you over and over again. So if you've ever thought, I don't have a product, I'm not an expert, or I'm too old for this kind of thing, let me gently tell you, you're exactly the kind of person the world needs more of. Someone with patience, experience, and a story that could help the next person up the mountain. And if it earns you a few $100s a month, all the better. Because the life you've lived isn't just valuable, it's finally time it paid you back. 2. Invest in real estate without buying a house. You've probably heard about real estate being a great investment, but you might think, I don't want to fix toilets or deal with tenants. Good news, you don't have to. Today there are apps and websites that let you invest in real estate without owning a property. These are called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trusts. But don't let the name scare you. Think of it like this. You're putting money into a big pot. That pot is used to buy apartment buildings, offices, or storage units. As those properties make money, you get a slice. And yes, you can start with as little as $10. Check out Fundrise Realty Mogul. Even your own retirement account might offer real estate funds. You'll get monthly or quarterly payouts, and many people over 50 use this as a way to supplement their retirement income. 3. Buy stocks that pay you regularly. You don't have to be a stock market expert. You don't even have to take big risks. There are stocks and funds that pay you a little bit of money every month or quarter just for owning them. These are called dividend stocks. You can invest in them through Vanguard, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, M1, Finance. Some examples of popular funds that many people over 50 invest in include SCHD, pays you every quarter with steady returns. VYM, another solid choice with high payouts. JEPIE, designed for income with monthly payments. Even £100, $200 a month can cover your cell phone, utilities, or grocery bills without you lifting a finger. Just remember, don't put all your money in one place. Start small, learn a little at a time, let it grow.
Spending strategies that make a difference after 50. Making money is one side of the coin. Keeping it and using it wisely is the other. Here are some simple ways to spend smarter and make your dollars go further. 1. Treat yourself with purpose, not pressure. We all want to enjoy life, and you should, but sometimes the pressure to keep up with others or to reward yourself ends up hurting your future self. Before you buy something big, like a new car, a fancy vacation, or an upgrade, ask, will this help me feel free later? Is there a smaller version of this that still brings joy? A $500 month car payment could be $500 a month going into a fund that pays you every month for the rest of your life. That doesn't mean don't enjoy life. It just means be honest about what truly brings peace. 2. Set aside a little money each week, automatically. Don't wait until you have extra. That almost never happens. Instead, pick a small number, £5, £10, $20, whatever you can, and automate it to move into a separate savings or investment account every week. Call it your Freedom Fund. You'll be amazed how fast it grows when you stop thinking about it and start letting the system do the work. 3. Know where your money goes. You don't need a spreadsheet, you just need awareness. Try this. Once a week, write down where your money went that week. Highlight anything that felt wasteful or unnecessary. Decide one thing to change for next week. You'll find hidden leaks. And plugging even one leak could free up $100 a month, which you can use to build passive income. 4. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Building wealth after 50 isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. If you skipped a week of saving, it's okay. If you bought something unnecessary, no shame. Just start again. Keep moving. Because every small step you take now adds up to something bigger later.
Final thought. So if you've ever thought, I'm too old to start, I missed my chance, I wish I knew this earlier, know this, you didn't miss it. You're right on time. The next 20 years can be wealthier, freer, and more joyful than you ever imagined. Thank you for watching, and thank you for still believing in your potential. If this video gave you hope or clarity, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. because retirement isn't an ending, it's your richest beginning. And leave a comment below. What's one small money move you're ready to start this week? We'd love to hear your story, because we believe it's never too late to live well and to live free.